before I applied the primers to the eye, I'd already applied my foundation, I'd contoured the face a little bit, and also applied some lip stain as well. So once you've done all this, you're going to apply a primer all over the lid. Once you've applied it on the upper and the lower lid, you're going to take a black eyeliner. Starting at the inner corner of the eye, you're going to draw outwards and create a curve pointing towards the eyebrow. When you're drawing this one, you really want to do it in chunks. So first off, you're going to draw the neck, which is what this curve is. Start drawing the curves of the jaw, then bit by bit add the teeth and slowly figure out where you're going to draw. Now if you have trouble visualizing it in your head, just take a white eyeliner, sketch out the shape, and then go over it afterwards with black eyeliner, and this should make it easier. Now starting on the lower lid, I'm going to create a flick, and this is going to be the other side of the dragon's neck. And I'm just going to start filling in the rest of the shape. Don't forget to give him horns as well, otherwise he's going to look a little bit like a winged snake. And you're going to sketch just on the part where his inner neck would be, and you're going to flick outwards. And you're also going to do this on the other side in a minute. And then starting from the flick we've done on the lower lid, you're just going to give him a few wings. Once you've given him wings, we're going to take the liner all the way into the inner corner and try and get the line as neat as possible, but it's okay if it's not perfect. And now I really don't like liquid eyeliner on my inner corner because I find it drives my eyes a little bit nuts, so I'm going to be taking a fine detail brush and some black eyeshadow and creating a point in the inner corner of my eye. You're also going to bring it along on the lower lash line just underneath the lashes. Line the eyes with black eyeliner. Now, when you're lining the waterline, one of the things that tends to happen with quite a few people is their eyes get irritated. And the reason is because you're getting the eyeliner too close to the eye. Try and keep it as close to the lashes as possible. That way you're less likely to have eyeliner going directly into your eye. Now taking a gold eyeliner, I'm just going to draw underneath the point that I've drawn in the inner corner. And I'm going to stop about midway. Next, moving on to white eyeliner, we're just going to give the dragon a few highlights, for example on the snout, on the jaw and the horns, and also the wings. Flames, I'm going to take the same liquid eyeliner that I used before, and I'm just going to draw squiggles just above the crease. Then moving on to red glitter eyeliner, I'm going to take this and I'm going to start off with his eyes first, give him a little blob just to give his eyes a little bit more of a kind of evil glow. But you can also use red rhinestone if you want. Now I'm just going to give him a little bit of fire. Now I'm also going to add some gold eyeliner and apply some false lashes. Now moving on to the white eyeliner that we used before, we're going to create a little bit of a harsh line just on the kind of arch of the lid. And you want to make sure that this line is really firm. We don't want to blend it out. And now this is the fun part, we get to use the rigid collodion. The main thing you need to know about rigid collodion is that you shouldn't get it too close to the eyes, and also if you do it on the kind of more fatty parts of the face or the body, it's going to show up as deeper. For example, on my nose it doesn't look as deep, and it just looks like the skin is kind of constricted into a slight scratch. Meanwhile here where I've done it on my jaw and upper cheekbone, it looks a lot deeper. That's because it's got more skin to kind of push down into, and there isn't bone stopping it. I applied about 3 coats on my nose, cheekbones and upper lip. Now taking a light pink eyeshadow, I'm just going to run this along it to give it a little bit more of a scarred look. And I'm also going to apply a little bit just along the upper arch of my eyebrow. One thing I have to stress is that if you do use rigid collodion, keep it away from your eyes. It's not worth scarring. For the fake septum piercing, I got an ear cuff. And also another little thing you can do is get any earring that has a curve on it and just hook it over the ear. So you get a little bit of an interesting effect for that. And no, my ears aren't pierced, those are all fakes, and also an ear cuff. And then for the opposite ear I got a really cool ear cuff that looks like a dragon. And that's it, you're done.